Hello everybody, this is Lila in Hawaii. I'm just finishing that second boho bag, and before I put the final pieces into it, I thought I'd just do a little video of it. This is how it looked before. I was playing with the idea of putting a dangle on it, a sort of old tribal piece of metal, and I have done that. I put some embroidery on the back, some lace and sequins and seed beads and such, and then I've already put some of this, I may have shown you before, this tape that had beads on it, and I had to double that to get it to look fuller. On the other end I've put just a piece of, I've hemmed it and then I've just put a piece of trim across that. Now the thing I was going to do is put a pocket inside it, a pocket where you can put your money or your card or whatever, and I thought I'd show you how I do it. There have to be other ways, but you want the pocket actually to be, when you open this up, you want, open the flap, you want the pocket, let me put that in place, you want the pocket to be at the back, on the back part of the bag, so that when you open it up you can just drop whatever it is in. Otherwise, if it's on the front of the bag, it doesn't work. But already I've hemmed a piece of material that matches the lining, and it looks like it's upside down, but I've sort of figured out the placement because I'm going to sew across there and then flip this pocket up into position. So the first thing I'm going to do right now is stitch across there just to hold it, and this won't show the stitching. Okay, I'm going to just do a straight stitch across. Okay, so that's done. Now here it is, and it's upside down. Now all I do is I flip it, and I've got it in the right placement so that when I finally do this, I'm just going to pin it right now just to keep it out of the way a little bit while I show you what else I do. So now I'm going to finish the bag, and it has a flap, so obviously I don't want to catch the flap in the stitching, and I'm doing a zigzag stitch. Already have done a zigzag stitch around. First of all, I'm going to fold this into place, so this base of the bag is going to lie just, I'm going to put it just above the edge of the pocket like that. And then all I need to do now is sew down that side, sew down that side, and with a zigzag, and it should all be into place and all finished off neatly. So let me just get this organized again, and I'm going to take that pin that was inside and I'm going to put it on the outside just to hold it, because it's quite a few layers. I think I showed you before, it's that pieced material, and so it's quite a few layers, sometimes 2, sometimes 3, and then with the lining, of course, that makes it 4, so it's a little bit thick, but that's good because with this I don't need an interfacing. I'm just going to go to the machine and sew the sides for you to see, and the zigzag is going to be 2 length and 4 wide, if that makes sense. So in other words, on my machine it's 2 and 4. Now I can either zigzag it on this side, which I can see, or I can do it the other. I think actually I should do it on this side, and you'll notice that that's a little piece of the pocket poking out from where I sewed that in, so we'll just trim that, and this will get caught. Okay, I always try to sew from the bottom. So here we go. I'm going to sew back and forth a minute. There we go. Now I've got some beaded trim on the flap, so I'm going to be careful instead of racing over it. So I'm just going to cut that like so. So that side's done. And later on I'll go ahead and trim off any frays and, you know, the threads and so forth. Now I'm going to do the other side. And because I like to work with the fabric to the left, I'm going to do it from the bottom, but I'm going to go on the other way. And this is just a simple zigzag, nothing fancy. Of course I could do a fancy stitch along, but I'm not doing that. Now here I am to this beaded material, and I've got to be careful here. See if I can go back. Okay, good. And that's simply it. I'll trim it all up later. So you can see now I've got, this is the main part of the bag here, and this is the pocket, and you can put a tag, your credit card, a mirror, lipstick, whatever you'd like in there, and then this is the flap. Now the only thing left to do, of course, is to put some sort of a cord to go over your shoulder, and I'm not going to take time to do that, but this is the one I think I'll use. It's very nice. I'm going to double it, and it matches. If you notice, it matches pretty well. So I'll take a couple of yards of that and make the hanger, and that will go from one side here, just to give you an idea of, let me double it. I'm going to double it because it is kind of thin, so it'll be, you know, like that. And I'm going to make it quite long because I've got plenty of this. This trim came from my daughter, one of my daughters, who sends me lots of things. It's not available here in Hawaii. Anyway, that's finished, and I'll make another video shortly because this is a quiet day here in Hawaii, and I make the most of the opportunity. There's no construction. They're building high-rises everywhere. Anyway, thanks for watching. Goodbye.